All right, guys, when it comes to dynamics, we're going to talk about the actual physical drum kit. So on the drum kit, typically we'll have just a 3-piece kit: snare, 2 toms, kick, and your cymbals. Traditionally, we'll have at least 1 ride and 1 crash, at least in the hi-hats. So when it comes to the snare drums, this is a very important concept to grasp because it's more than just us playing the drums. There's so much that goes into a Sunday. Because the Sunday is not just about us. It's about the band. It's about our pastors and the congregation. We are here to provide a service. So with that comes with us knowing how to play our instrument properly. So when we play our snare drum, we want, in every drum that we have, you want to hit in the center. The center is where it's at. The center is where the tone is. And so when you hit in the middle, you're going to get the real, the fundamental sound of the drum. When you hit closer to the rim, you're going to get kind of a lighter, washy, dingy tone, which is just bad for all of us. It's just not going to sound good. There's going to be weird frequencies that come out. And speaking of frequencies, this is a great talk to get to know your sound guy. This is a great opportunity for you to grow. Even as drummers, it's great to learn sound as another area of ministry we can learn and join as well. And so, because I've been there, we've all been there, when the sound guy comes, "Hey, brother, those cymbals are really loud." And before, I used to get really offended and butt hurt. It's like, oh, what does he know? He actually knows a lot. So don't act like we know everything. So take everything as a learning opportunity. And so when the sound guy says, "Hey, man, it's really loud," okay, cool. This is where dynamics come into play. Am I using full force on my arms? And so when it comes to the cymbals, I'll reach and use my wrists rather than using my full arm extension. One that's going to be super harsh on the cymbal itself. And we are part of a church that provides gear for us drummers. So one, we want to honor the gear, but also honor our sound techs and honor our band and our ears itself. So back in 2023, we had a Breakers Conference, and I learned a whole lot from that experience. It was my first time playing in a room of that capacity ever. And so with that came the excitement, all the emotions, and after we got done with our first set, I had the opportunity to talk to Brandon Meyer, who is a phenomenal sound technician. He's done so many big albums. He does a lot with Upper Room and many other major CCM artists. And I asked him for advice. And he said, "Well, you know, you're pretty loud." I'm like, "Oh, okay, like what can I do to do better?" He said, "If you want to know if you're playing loud, turn the overheads up in your in-ears." And so when he told me that changed my paradigm of thinking, like, man, if I turn up that in my in-ears and I know, like, oh, that's really loud, that means it's really loud. It's funny how that works, you know? So same concept for hitting the drums too. Like, drums are loud. We are beating stuff with sticks. We are, as wonderful of an instrument this is, we are cavemen or cave people. So we want to hit the center of the drums. We don't want to kill the drums because that's when heads get dented, they stretch out, and the church provides for all of that as well. So we just want to honor our church. We want to honor the drum kit itself. We want to take care of everything. And so even with that, V1 is one house with many rooms. And so here in Indiana, we are blessed with the campus itself. We went from load in and load out, and now we have a campus, and we are in our drum shield. We are in a full enclosure. But like other campuses like NYC and Miami, they are in pretty much open rooms with a drum shield or just a drum shield and an overhang with it being open in the back. So having that room knowledge is so key to being a drummer because we're going to be traveling to campuses. Like, you can come to Indiana, you can go to Miami. And with that, you need to have the knowledge, like, cool, I can't play the same at every campus. So mastering dynamics is key to being a drummer here at V1.